So TF2 just got some pretty exciting news, if you somehow haven't found out already. This summer will not just be like previous summer updates, which only had a hat case. Now, we're getting what looks to be a fairly sizable update. Now, I'm sure your mind is already buzzing with questions and speculation, but I'm going to be doing my best to temper some of that just a little bit. I'll also do my best to answer some of the questions that I'm sure you're having. Will there be balance changes this update? A new contract campaign? New weapons? We don't know. And we can't really know until Valve themselves say something. That unfortunately goes for a lot of the questions that people will have regarding this upcoming update. We'd simply have to be patient, which is understandably going to be very difficult for some people considering we've been what can lovingly be described as patient for the past 5.5 years now. The only things we know for sure that this update will have are listed on the blog post as such. Items, which I believe here is meant to mean cosmetics, maps, taunts, unusual effects, war paints, and who knows what else. That who knows what else is doing quite a lot of legwork, but I'm hoping it'll satisfy. I will use a bit of deductive reasoning to answer what is probably the biggest question though. Is this the fabled, mythical, long-awaited heavy update? Probably not. In fact, I'm going to say almost certainly not, just based on the information we've been provided. The blog post describes this update as themeless, unlike Jungle Inferno, and as of yet, it's nameless. Now, the as of yet nameless thing is something I find kind of interesting because it means this will be a straight up named update at some point, rather than a numbered holiday event like we've gotten so many times before. Also, the window of time between the TF team asking for workshop content and the drop time of the update is way shorter than Jungle Inferno. So I don't think we should expect something on the scale of Jungle Inferno, and by extension, we shouldn't be expecting the heavy update. When the update will drop is also not especially clear. The deadline for workshop submissions is May 1st, so obviously sometime after then. In recent years, we've gotten summer updates as early as June 22nd and as late as August 21st. But that second one was during COVID, so maybe that's why it ran a little late. But I think we can pretty safely bet on a July release date, probably late July given past update trends. But I could be totally wrong. So, sometime in between late June and late August, we're going to see a fairly major TF2 update containing a lot of community-created content with no clear set theme, and it seems that's only the start. Now, worst case scenario, all that was described in the blog post is all we get. And this is essentially the summer version of the Halloween and Smithmas updates we've been getting. Even then, I see that as an improvement over what we've been getting for summer. Best case scenario, this is the first major TF2 update since Jungle Inferno, and we may just be entering a new age of TF2 updates. My bet is that it's somewhere in the middle, and this is gonna be more Blue Moon style. They're just giving us a heads up beforehand. So, what am I hoping to see from this update? I'll keep things reasonable and not ask for things like new weapons or major overhauls to any classes. For balance changes, most weapons in the game could honestly stay the same. There's just a few priority cases I'd like to see made better, nerfed, or otherwise reworked. In fact, the game needs far more buffs than it does nerfs in my opinion, so if the update does include balance changes, I hope that's what it focuses on. I guess it's kind of ironic that one of my biggest hopes for this update is that it makes a lot of my videos and the changes we've made to our rebalance server completely obsolete. If they do end up rolling out some nerfs, then I don't even want them to nerf the weapons that need it so badly they'll end up needing a bad weapon academy. I just kinda don't want them to be bullshit anymore. So I made a tier list explaining some of the weapons I think are most in need of changing. This is listed in order by how strong or weak I think they are. Weapons in the most need of change in their category are on the leftmost side, and the top and bottom rows are the ones I think need to be prioritized. Are you done reading it? Okay. I don't have many thoughts on the subject of hats, maps, and war paints outside of just, I want them to be good, which no shit. But the fact that Valve are asking for a massive influx of community content tells me that we may get a situation like Jungle Inferno's, where we have multiple different cosmetic and potentially even war paint cases. If that's the case, and they're all solid like we seem to have been getting lately for the most part, then hey, I'm on board. Same goes for taunts and unusual effects. I just hope that what we get is quality. However, on the subject of cases, please, dear God, give us another Strange crate. This is your chance to give us a Strange Dragon's Fury, Valve. Please don't waste it. And hell, give us some other weird Stranges too while you're at it. The Tide Turner, the Buffalo Stake, the other Jungle Inferno weapons. Hell, how about the 9-Iron, Postal Pummeler, and Scottish Handshake while you're at it? Why not? Throw in a rare chance at an Objectifier Strangifier too for laughs. You'll be swimming in money. Whatever lets me get a Strange Dragon's Fury. Oh yeah, and on the subject of war paints, if you're gonna add a Strange Dragon's Fury in this update to begin with, then also give the Dragon's Fury functionality with the existing war paints in the game already. If my Dragon Slayer Dragon's Fury can't be strange, then by God, I'll get a Strange Geometrical Teams one. One thing I'd really like to see return is a new contract campaign. The one for Jungle Inferno was really fun, and a great way to earn rewards that could easily be brought back and added to. Hell, do a repeat of Jungle Inferno and have the Warpaint rewards be remixes of older decorated weapons. Even if it doesn't have the same level of individualized polish as the decorated weapons, I'd fucking kill someone for Top Shelf to be applicable to more weapons. No one would complain about this, and it's more free money. The Contractor is perfect for making new modular additions that I thought we'd see loads of after Jungle Inferno, but since we haven't gotten a new major update since then, all we've seen are the Halloween versions of the contracts, and that's a waste. This is a system that I'd be really happy to see return. I don't think what I'm asking for is too unreasonable here. All of what I just listed here would make me incredibly happy, and there's the potential for even more. Imagine if they rolled out more competitive mode fixes, or casual improvements, or even if they fix the color of Scout's pants. Even not considering all of that, I'm already excited for what's to come. I do of course need to temper my own expectations as well as everyone else's, and not take shit that I made up in my own head as a promise. But for the first time in a very long time, I'm feeling optimistic about TF2. It's a cautious optimism, let's not forget who we're dealing with here, but I'm hoping that this becomes a somewhat regular thing, and this isn't another case like Blue Moon, where they give us something cool and then dip for 5 years. But even if it is, then as long as it's a solid update, I think we'll be in a decent place for years to come. Or at least we will be if we get a Strange Dragon's Fury, otherwise I'm showing Valve headquarters what a real flamethrower can do.